Hello, my dear students. I'm very sorry for the 2 days online program by me. And the first day it was a network problem. Second day it was a software problem. However, uh, until setting all those technical problems, I will upload some recorded videos for your study. Now I will start with the recording the videos. And as I have told in the earlier notification, CSIR net information and some sample questions on group theory. Now I am going to do it and record it here. Use CSIR net UGC bar CSIR net. This net will be conducted twice in a year, once in the month of June and in December. Examination conducting body is National Testing Agency (NTA) New Delhi, and mode of application is online. Mode of examination is also online. Duration of the exam is 3 hours. Total marks for exam is 200 marks. Eligibility for this examination is MA or MSc for MSc, or even final year student also can apply for this examination. Pattern of the examination. In this pattern, there are three parts in the question paper, that is part A, part B and part C. Also, it is mentioned in some cases section A, section B, section C. Total number of questions is 120. In part A, means section A, 20 questions. 1 to 20 questions and 15 MCQ questions. MCQ means multiple choice questions, and each question carry 2 marks, and negative marking is 25%. This section A, the questions will be on a simple arithmetic and mental ability. Uh, and part B, this part A is compulsory for all MSc students, whether it is mathematics or statistics or chemistry or physics or whatever it may be. And part B and part C are for mathematics only. Now I am presenting that. And part B, there are 40 questions, 25 MCQ questions. Uh, 40 questions, 1 to 41 to, what is that? 60, 41 to 60 questions. 25 marks, 25 MCQ questions, and for each MCQ questions 3 marks will be there, and the negative marking is 25%. What do you mean by negative mark? Suppose if you have got 100 marks and there is a 25 questions are wrong, options are wrong, then for each question you will be deducted 25% of the marks. Okay, part C, that is 61 to 120 questions. Totally 20 MSQ questions. MSQ means multiple select questions. What do you mean by multiple select questions and difference between MCQ and MSQ? MCQ, there will be 4 choices. Only one of them is correct. Correct answer will be there. You have to tick correct answer. In MSQ, there are also 4 choices. Among 4 choices, how many of the choices are correct? Suppose in the question, certain question, there are 2 uh, options are correct, you have to mark both the two, and If you mark only one, you will not get marks for that answer. Uh, Even if it is three questions are correct, you have to say take all the three questions like that. MSQ and MSQ is the difference between the type of questions. And for MSQ, there will be for each question 4.75 marks, and there is no negative marking for this. And total 120 questions, and questions to attempt is 60, and total marks per question is already given, and total is 200 marks. Okay, and moreover, if more than required number of questions are answered, the first correct 15, 25 and 20 answer will be taken up for evaluation. In part C, if the answer to the question has a two correct option, or three correct option, or all the four questions are correct and will be considered incorrect. If one of them is left, then it is going to be considered as incorrect answer. Okay. Now, syllabus for this examination, there are four units. Unit 1, analysis, real analysis and linear algebra. And Unit 2, complex analysis, algebra. Algebra here I mean group theory, ring theory, fields, field theory. All the three parts are considered in the algebra part. And Unit 3, ordinary differential equation, partial differential equation, numerical analysis, calculus of variations, and linear integral equation and classical mechanics. Part 4, statistics. Now, for the students opting for mathematics, only they have to study Unit 1, Unit 2 and Unit 3. Unit 4 is meant for statistics students. Okay, they need not study for uh, Unit 4. Okay, and important topics and last year paper analysis is given here. Real analysis, 14 to 16 questions will be asked. Marks will be 55 to 65. Okay. And linear algebra, 12 to 16 questions, and marks will be 45 to 65 marks. And complex analysis, 8 to 10, and modern algebra, 8 to 10. This is not 1, it is 35 to 30 to 35 marks. And differential equations, ordinary and partial difference, both. It will questions will be asked 8 to 10 questions, again 30 to 35 marks question. Calculus of variations, 2 to 3 questions, 7 to 10 marks. Integral equation, 3 to 4 marks, and 10 to 15 marks. Numerical analysis, 2 to 3 questions and 7 to 10 marks. LPP means linear programming, that is 1 to 2 and 3 to 5 marks. Statistics, 27. Of course, statistics, you need not attempt any questions. Looking at the topics and important type of questions will be asked as here, real analysis is considered to be king of the CSIR net, because 50, almost 50% of the questions will occur in real analysis. In particular, in real analysis, there is a topic mentioned, that is series and sequence. In the series and sequence itself, there will be nearly 12 to 16 marks questions will be there. That is the most important topic in real analysis. Next, linear algebra. This is considered as a queen of CSIR net because more number of questions will occur in this topic also. Complex analysis 8 to 10, modern algebra 8 to 10, and differential equation both ODE and PDE 8 to 10, and calculation of calculus operation, integral equation, numerical analysis, uh, the LPP, the linear programming, very negligible questions. I mean 2 to 3. Of course, nothing is negligible in a whole of examination. But looking at the last year's paper analysis, one should concentrate on real analysis, linear algebra, complex analysis, modern algebra, and differential equations. Okay, now next, cut-off marks for junior research fellowship and junior research fellowship. June 23, 2023, if the cut-off marks is 108.06, I mean, for JRF, if you score 108 or 109 marks, you will get a scholarship for 3 years, about monthly 45,000 to 50,000, along with some uh, uh, what is that overhead charges, etc. You will get all those things. And for OBC, 90, out of 200, this is 92 marks is sufficient to get a JRF. SC, yes, SC 71.76 means 72 marks. This is, be remember, this is for 200 marks. And ST 56.5 for physically handicapped and visually handicapped. That is 50.76. All these cut-off marks are given here. And in December 2014, cut-off is too less. Like that, you can see, observe the cut-off marks to get JRF. Okay. And for the qualification for lecturership in mathematical science, out of 200 marks, that is a 97.2. This those who get less than 97, you will not get there, but you are eligible for lecturership. That is 97.2, 42 general merit, 82.8 for OBC, 71.676 for SC, and ST 56.5, and physically handicapped 50 marks. Like that, up to previous analysis from 2000 December 14 to June 2023 is given here. Okay. And one more thing I would like to tell you here. What about, you may ask, what about KSET? KSET syllabus is same as this CSIR net. Only difference is there will be two papers in a KSET. One paper is compulsory for all subjects, even including UGC net also. And there will be questions of research methodology and mental ability. And for KSET, as I have told, all the uh, syllabus is the same as CSIR net. Okay. Now I am going to solve some questions in group theory, sample questions, which have been occurred in previous examination. Okay. Now the question is, this question asked in NET 2018. Let G be a group of order 96. Suppose H and K are subgroups of J with order of H is 12 and order of K is 16, then the four choices are given. H intersection K is a identity only. H intersection K is a not identity, means more than one element, and H intersection K is a abelian, and H intersection K is not abelian. This question asked in CSIR Net 2018. Now let us solve this questions. Now you can see here solution for this. Given order of G is 96, order of H is 12, and the order of K is 16. Okay. Now observe here clearly H intersection K is a subgroup of H, and also H intersection K is a subgroup of K also, because intersection of any two subgroup is again a subgroup, and hence by the simple set theory we can say that H intersection K is a subset of H. Subset means it is going to be subgroup, and this implies that order of H intersection K divides order of H. What is order of H? That is 12, and also order of H intersection K divides order of K is equal to 16. Why? Because order of a subgroup divides the order of a group. Okay, and hence it is dividing order of a subgroup. H intersection K is dividing order of H and also order of K. I mean it is dividing 12 and it is dividing 16 also. Therefore, order of H intersection K is either 1 or 2 or 4, not 3. If it is a 3, it cannot divide order of K, and therefore only possible order for H intersection K is 1, 2 or 3. And moreover, H intersection K is abelian, and also we know that any group order of H intersection K is less than or equal to 4 by this, is it not? Any group of order less than or equal to 5 is abelian, because therefore H intersection K is abelian. Because G is a group of order that, and H and K are the abelian subgroup. H intersection K is abelian because if order of G or K, whatever it may be, less than or equal to 5, then G is abelian. From this result, you can see here option C and D. Now H intersection K is abelian. This is a correct one, and not abelian is not correct. Okay, one option we have dealt with. Next, we will think of H intersection K is contains only one element, that is identity, or H intersection K is not identity, means more than one element. Which one is true? We have to check. Here one is true. Okay, C is true. And if you, this is actually MSQ questions. If you only tick this one, it is okay, all right. But you have left this option A and B, and you have to look at that. If both are not true, then one of them is certainly true. Any group contains only one element or more than one element, and therefore, in option A and B, one of them must be true, not both. And in that case, you have to select a correct answer, correct choice. Okay. Now let us see about that. Okay, we will check about option A and option B. Okay, now you can see here, if, as I have told, order of H intersection K is 1 or 2 or 4. Okay, now let us check about order of H intersection K is 1. I mean, H intersection K is identity. Okay, we assume now. Now, clearly, by the theorem, order of H intersection K, sorry, H, order of HK equal to order of H into order of K divided by order of H intersection K. This is a standard theorem in modern algebra regarding subgroup. Okay, now this is equal to 12 into 16 divided by 1, because we have assumed that this is order of H intersection K is a 1, and this is a 192 multiplication of 12 and 16 is 192. Okay, and let me call this is a 1. Now question is, who told that HK is a subgroup of G? If HK is a subgroup of G, then we can uh, see here, what we can see, that is order of HK is less than or equal to order of G, because if HK is a subgroup. But in the question, it is not clear that HK is a subgroup or not, but hidden information is there. Now, if when HK is going to be subgroup, HK is a subgroup if and only if HK is KH. Okay, one result. Okay, one result. And here we don't know about whether HK equal to KH or not. One more result I would like to mention here. HK is a subgroup. HK is a normal subgroup. Normal subgroup. If either H or K is a normal. One of them is normal. Okay, but here we don't know which one is normal subgroup, but certainly H and either H or K is a normal. How I can? We will mention one more result. What is that? If order of J is equal to P raised to alpha, then for every divisor of P raised to alpha, there is a normal subgroup. Normal subgroup of that order. Of that order. I am using all these results to prove that HK is normal subgroup. Okay, sorry, K is a normal subgroup, and hence HK is a subgroup of J. Now, this result is a standard result in modern algebra. This result you can see in Sarjit Singh and Kaji Jamreddy. This result you can see in book Algebra 1 from what is that? Ramji Lal. That is page number Ramji Lal. Algebra 1. Algebra 1, page number 318. You can see this theorem. By all these, what we are going to see here, K is a normal subgroup. This implies by this theorem, K is a normal subgroup. Why? Because normal subgroup. Because order of K is 16 equal to 2 raised to 4 and hence P raised to alpha. And as 16 is divisible by 16, that is 16 is divisor of 2 raised to 4 itself, and hence K is a normal subgroup by using that is Ramji-Lal result. Once K is a normal, then HK equal to KH. Okay. Once HK is equal to KH, then HK is a subgroup of G. Group of G. That is order of HK is less than or equal to order of G. Okay. Now look at the previous result number 1. So order of HK is equal to 192 and hence therefore order of HK equal to 190, what is that? 192 is greater than order of G, equal to 96, which cannot be true, because order of a subgroup is always less than or equal to order of G, because order of subgroup divides order of G, and therefore this cannot imply. Why? What it leads to? This contradiction. This leads to order of H intersection K. What we have assumed, it is a 1. But here, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆವು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಂತು. Andra not 1 means that is order of H intersection K is greater than 1, greater than or equal to 2 can say, means order of H intersection K contains at least 2 elements, and therefore H intersection K is not identity element. Okay, and look at the choice here, and this is a correct answer, but this is not. So in this way we have to solve the questions, MSQ questions. Okay, next one, let G be a group, abelian group, abelian finite group. Okay, abelian finite group. Just 1 minute. Let G be a finite abelian group, and order of some element A in G is M, and order of another element B in G is N. Which one of the following are necessarily true? ಇವು 4 ಆಯ್ಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ 4 ಆಯ್ಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅವಶ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೋಡೋಣ. ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ? Let G be solution for this. Let G be A and G. Okay, A and B belonging to G, and let order of A is M greater than or equal to 2 can say. If it is less than or equal to 2 means order of A is 1 only, that is identity. Now both A and B are non-identity, and order of B is N greater than or equal to 2. That is both A and B are non-identity elements. In G. Now set B equal to A inverse. I mean B equal to A inverse ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಹೌದಾ? Then what is going to be order of B? That is order of A inverse. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾನ, ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾನ? ಎಮ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡೇವ್ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ order of an element and its inverse are always same. Okay, always same, and therefore order of AB equal to order of A into A inverse equal to order of E identity element, because A into A inverse is an identity element, and therefore it is E only. Then order of identity element is 1 and not equal to Mn. Mn means n square. M square. Okay, M square or n square, both are same here, because order of A is same as order of B, because we have chosen B equal to A inverse. Okay, and also n is greater than or equal to 2, and hence 1 is not equal to n. Therefore option A is not correct. Okay, A is not correct. Okay, all right. And next you can see because order of AB equal to order of A into order of B. Order of B, LCM of order of A into order of B. LCM of n into n, that is n, because therefore order of AB is equal to 1 and not equal to n squared. The first option is not true. Incorrect option. Next, let us see option 1 and 2. Both are not correct because of this only. Okay. And option C, GCD, sorry. Option B, uh, next, sorry, 1 minute. GCD of next, GCD of Mn is equal to GCD of greatest common divisor of n, Nn, because m equal to n, that is n, and hence order of AB equal to 1 as we have seen and not equal to n, and this is GCD of Nn, because n is greater than or equal to 2, and therefore option D is also not true. Sorry, option C is also not true. What about option C? Option C, look at here. In G, order of A is equal to n and order of A inverse is equal to n, and LCM of Nn or Mn, both are same, is n, and therefore order of A is equal to m, and that is the A is an element whose order is LCM of Mn, that is n, that is m, because m and n are both are same. Okay. This question also may be answered by taking some simple group 4. Now you can see here how you can make it a still simpler one by choosing a certain group and a certain element from that group. Okay, and let us choose another way. uh, Another way. Okay, let G be a group consisting of 1 and minus 1 under multiplication. Under multiplication. Okay, now choose A equal to minus 1 and also B equal to minus 1. Okay, two elements. Of course, they are same. Order of A equal to 2 and order of B also 2. Using this LCM 2, etc. In the same way, in the earlier solution, we have chosen general group, and there also which you have used one arbitrary element A whose order is greater than or equal to 2, and another element B which is the inverse of that. Here also minus 1 and minus 1. A is the inverse of B because minus 1 has the order 2 and hence the inverse of that element is itself. By choosing this also, we can prove, uh, answer the questions. Okay. Next question. This is asked in CSIRNet December 2015. That is up to isomorphism. Uh, the number of abelian groups of order 108 is either numerical analysis, numerical answer type questions, NAT, numerical answer type. Here we have to answer the question and four choices are given. Which choice is the answer to the problem question? Now we know solution for this. There is a result which I am using here regarding number of abelian groups. If n equal to p raised to alpha 1, p1 raised to alpha 1, p2 raised to alpha 2, etc., etc., pk raised to alpha k. That is a fundamental theorem of algebra, because every integer can be written as a product of powers of primes. Okay, that we can write down this way. Every integer n is written here. Then the formula is, then the number of abelian group of order n, group of order n is given by the formula is equal to p into alpha 1, p into alpha 2, etc., p into alpha k. What are these p, where p alpha I denotes number of partitions of alpha I, number of partitions of alpha I. Okay, now and hence by this formula, hence n is equal to 108, that is equal to 2 raised to 2 into 3 raised to 3, 4 into 27, 108. Okay, and therefore the number of abelian group of order 108 is equal to P2 into P3, means number of partitions of this is 2 into 3, because just observe, because partitions of 2 is 1 plus 1 and 1, 2 only, 2 partitions for this. Number of partitions of 3 is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 and 1 plus 2 and 3, and therefore there are 3 partitions, and the number is equal to 6. The correct answer is C. Okay. Next question. The order of an element 1, 2, 3 into 2, 4, 5 into 4, 5, 6. It is an order of, it is an element in the group S6, symmetric group on 6 symbol. Is, this is again NAT questions, national numerical answer type question. What is that order of that? It is a permutation. This is an element of S6 means it is a permutation given in the form of product of three cycles, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 4, 5, and 4, 5, 6. How to answer this question? Solution for this one. Before that, I would like to tell you, in a symmetric group in your class, how much you have studied, that is number of elements in a symmetric group of with symbol n, Sn, that is n factorial, n factorial, and even permutation, odd permutations, and quotient group by Sn by An. An is alternating group. Only this much of things which you have studied in degree courses or MSc courses, but little bit more is required. And now I will tell you about that. Now, suppose alpha is any permutation in Sn. In general, I am talking. Then I will come to the particular question asked here. This is asked in IIT JAM 2018. N is, what is the order of alpha? How we can calculate the order of alpha? Now observe, we know that alpha can be written as either it is a cycle or a product of cycles. Alpha is either a cycle or product of uh, cycles. Okay. Now sorry, if alpha is a cycle, then cycle of length n, it is a cycle of length n, cycle of length, say k, let us say, order of, if alpha is a cycle of length k, then order of alpha equal to k, length of the cycle. If only it is a cycle, then its order is a length of that cycle. Okay. If alpha is a product of cycles, product of cycles, okay, product of cycles, all right, then order of alpha equal to what is that, LCM of product of say product of cycles. So we can see just 1 minute, cycles, product of disjoint cycles. Okay, product of disjoint cycles, then disjoint cycles, say alpha 1, alpha 2, etc., alpha m, let us say. alpha m. Then it is order of alpha equal to LCM of alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. alpha m. This is a standard result in symmetry group, but I think you have not studied this one. Okay. Anyway, I have given here formula for that, and by this we can help with the help of this idea, we can answer the questions. Okay. Now, here alpha equal to 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, and 4, 5, 6. It is a product of disjoint cycles in S6. Now observe the formula for finding the order of permutation. If the formula is given, if it is a product of disjoint cycles only, but here this is a product of not disjoint cycles. We have to make it a disjoint cycle. How we can see? Now let alpha equal to 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, and 4, 5, 6. How to make it a disjoint? How many disjoint permutation cycles will be there? You can see here. First, let me take 4. 4 is onto 5. 5 is onto 2 here. 2 is onto 3. Okay. So we can write down. This is the way we have to find the uh, what is that number which makes disjoint 3. Okay. Now here in the last one there is a no 3. 3 onto 3. Last one is 3 onto 3 because 4, 5, 6 can be written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1 onto 1, 2 onto 2, 3 onto 3, 4 onto 5, 5 onto 6, 6 onto 4. This can be written in the two-line form. Okay. 4 onto 3 onto 3 here, 3 onto 3 here, 3 onto 1 here. Okay. Next 1. 1 onto 1 here, 1 onto 1 here, 1 onto 3 here. Okay. 1 onto 3, sorry. It is close, you can see here. 1 onto 2. 1 onto 2, sorry. 1, 1 onto 2. Again 2 onto 2, 2 onto 4, 4 onto 4. So it is going to be one cycle. Next is here we have covered 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 and 6 are left out. We can write down 5, 6 only. Now these two cycles are disjoint and therefore order of alpha. The same one, this is both are same. Here it is not disjoint. We have made it into disjoint cycles and therefore order of this is equal to LCM of order of 4, 3, 1, 2 and order of 5, 2, 5, 6. Okay. And what is this LCM of order this is 4 and order this is 2 and this is 4. Our answer is 4 only. Okay. In this way we have to find out the order of any given permutation in a symmetry group of order n with symbol n. This is the answer. So simple one. You can only thing you have to make it given permutation into a disjoint cycle. If it is cycle, no problem. If it is a not cycle, if it is given in a disjoint form, then immediately. If it is not given in a disjoint form, and make it a disjoint, as I have done here. Okay. Next question, CSIR net. Which of the following numbers can be orders of the permutation of alpha of n symbols with that alpha does not fix any symbol? Now you have to understand the question. If alpha is a permutation in Sn, a permutation in Sn, permutation in Sn. Okay. Now alpha does not fix any element, means alpha is of the form A1, A2, A3, or simply 1, 2, 3, we can write down. 1, 2, 3, etc. And here, none of the symbol is fixed. 1 is on to 2, 2 is on to 3, so on so forth. N minus 1 is on to n. None of the symbol is fixed. Okay. Now suppose alpha equal to, and let me say the particular case alpha equal to S3 only, a familiar symmetry group on 3 symbols. Now alpha equal to 1, 2 only. Here, how many symbols are fixed here? One symbol, namely 3. This can be written as 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3. 3 is fixed here. Okay. And alpha is if alpha equal to 2, 3. Here 1 is fixed. If alpha is 2, 3, 1, none is fixed because 2 is on to 3, 3 is on to 1, 1 is on to 2. Now follow this idea. What is the meaning of fixed element in the permutation? Okay. Now the question is, given permutation on 11 symbols, 11, okay, such that 11 symbols given S11, okay, alpha belonging to S11, okay. Now sigma, okay, sigma belonging to S11. This is asked in CSIR net 2011, okay. Now the 4 choices are given: 18, 30, 50 and 28. Okay. Now what is the form of this alpha? Alpha is not a cycle. Why? Because there are no choices for 11. Choices are either 18 or 30 or 15 and 28, and therefore alpha is a not cycle. Then what is the form of alpha or sigma? Sigma 1, sigma can be an element of of type. Sigma can be element of type 6 cycle into product of 5 cycle. Okay, because it is a order. Now in that case, order of sigma equal to LCM of 6 and 5. That is LCM of 6 and 5 is 30. It is one of the answer given here. And second type, sigma can be of the type 7 cycle into 4 cycles. 7 plus 4, 11, 4 cycle. Okay. Then order of sigma equal to LCM of 7 and 4. That is 7 and 4 is a 28. Okay. Here. And third one, sigma is can be of the type uh, 9 cycle and 2 cycles, because 9 plus 2 is 11 disjoint cycles, of course. Okay. Now we can say fourth type of sigma, alpha, and here order of uh, sigma equal to 9 LCM of 9 and 2, that is 18. Okay. And now fourth choice, so sigma can be of the type type 3 cycle and 3 cycle, product of 3 cycle again, and product of 5 cycle. Again you can see 3 plus 3 6 plus 5 11. Okay. Then order of sigma equal to LCM of 3 3 5, that is 15. Now all these 4 types of sigma, none of the symbol is fixed because they are disjoint, and hence none of the symbol is fixed. Okay. Now you can see, oh sorry, let me write down this. In all these types, 4 types of sigma, none of the symbol is fixed. Because they are disjoint, and make it length, total length is LCM of product of disjoint cycles. Okay, and therefore order of sigma can be equal to 30 or 28 and 18 and 15. Now you can see here all options, therefore all options are correct. This is also of the MSQ type of questions. MSQ type of questions. Here, if you tick only 2, you will not get. Only 3, you will not get. You have to choose all the 4. Then only you will get marks for the question. Okay. Next question. Last question. This is asked in IIT JAM 2012. Consider the quotient group of Q bar Z of additive group of rational numbers. Then the order of an element 2 by 3 plus Z in QZ is 4 choices are given 2, 3, 5, 6. What is the order of 2 by 3 plus Z? Before that, I would like to give some idea about quotient group. Now we can say G is any group, H is normal subgroup. Then quotient group can be formed. Then G bar H is a group itself whose elements are HA, where HA is cosets. Only cosets are the elements of this group. If it is a multiplicative group, it is written in this form. If it is an additive group, then it is written in the form H plus A. Okay, H plus A is a quotient. This is a general idea about quotient group. Quotient. Okay. Now here in this particular example, Q bar Z is a quotient group. So now we can see Q by Z. Q is abelian group and Z is a subgroup of Q, and both are abelian, and hence Z is a normal subgroup, and therefore we can form a quotient group Q bar Z equal to elements of this quotient group is of the form P by Q plus Z, P and Q belonging to Z, and Q not equal to 0. This are the elements of Q bar Z are of this form. Okay. Now in the quotient group G bar H, what is the identity? Identity element is H itself, because every subgroup is a quotient itself in its own. H equal to H plus E you can write down. Okay, E belonging to H, and hence H is equal to this much. And also if you write down H is equal to H plus C, if and only if A belonging to H. These are the standard results in normal subgroup and cosets and quotient group, which you have studied. I think you have studied certainly. Okay, about quotient group in both degree classes and in PG classes also. Now we have to find out. Now 2 by 3 plus z is an element of q bar z, is it not? Because 2 by 3 is a rational number p by q, okay? Because 2 by 3 belonging to q, okay? What is the order of this element? What is order of 2 by 3 plus z? Now we have to find out. That is the question asked in the question. That is the problem we have to find out. Now order of an element, in any group J, order of an element A is the least positive integer for which a raised to least positive integer n, let us say, or k, a raised to k equal to e. This is the definition of order of an element. Now here z is identity element in q bar z, okay, in q bar z. Now consider 2 by 3 plus z plus 2 by 3 plus z plus 2 by 3 plus z equal to, by the definition of operations on cosets, is 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3 plus z is equal to, what is that? 2 by 3, 6 by 3 plus z equal to 2 plus z. 2 plus z, okay? 2 plus z is equal to z itself, because 2 is an integer, and therefore if you add 3 times, that will lead to identity. That is, therefore, order of 2 by 3 plus z equal to 3. Okay, option B is correct. Another way also, this is a particular way of solving the problem. Another way we have to consider here, okay? Another way. Let us assume that order of 2 by 3 plus z equal to n, let us say, okay? Means if you add n times, this will lead to identity element, okay, by the definition of the order of the element. Now observe, that is 2 by 3 plus z plus 2 by 3 plus z plus etc. n times we have to add this one, 2 by 3 plus z n times, okay? By the definition of operation in a quotient group, this implies n times 2 by 3 plus z is equal to z itself, because order of this is n, identity. That is n into 2 by 3 belonging to z. How? looks like a fraction. Fraction is not an element of Z. It holds only when n is equal to 3 only. N is equal to 3, then 3 into 2 by 3 equal to 2 itself belongs to Z, and therefore n is equal to 3. N is equal to 3, and hence order of 2 by 3 plus Z is equal to 3 only. This is a general way of solving the problem. In either case, it is a 3 only. Thank you for your patient hearing my lecture. Of course, the same thing I would have done on online, but as I have told some technical problem, I could not do it. And I'm sending soon. This is a recorded video. And until setting the technical problem in my online class, I will go on sending the recorded video to you people. Thank you one and all.